Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. Co-creation at its best, truly. You are knowing what you are wanting? That's a good thing. You like that feeling of desire? If you do, then you must be pretty much a vibrational match to your desire. When you want something that you doubt, it doesn't feel good. Sometimes you wish you didn't want it because you can feel the tug of war within you. Wish I didn't want that. I felt better before I wanted that thing I cannot have. But it turns out there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have, provided the desire that is emanating from you and the practiced thoughts that are emanating from you, the thoughts that become beliefs if you think them enough. That's all a belief is, a practiced thought, a dominant thought, a thought you think a lot, a thought that you have thought so much that it has enough momentum that you pick it right up where you left off. It doesn't wane in between your attention to it points. That's really something worth thinking about, because you are vibrational beings. Most humans don't know that. You do. You're vibrational beings who are emanated in a signal every conscious waking moment, and the signal that you're emanating is being responded to. So when you are emanating a signal of desire, and then right behind it you are following up with a, but I don't think that can happen, then you're offering a signal that gets a little momentum, and then you're offering another signal that gets a little momentum. But the question that we would like to bring to your attention as we are playing together today is, which signal that you are offering, the desire one or the belief one, is dominant? Which one has the most momentum? And if you really want to know which one has the momentum, look at what's happening in your life experience, because what you think and what you get is always a match. So we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our powerful desire that in these hours that we are together, you come to recognize that you stand in what we want to call your point of attraction. It's this vibrational, emotional, mood, atmosphere. It's what's going on with you. And if we can convince you that through life that you have a magnificent vibrational reality that has the potential of fully manifesting all the dollars you want, all the relationships you want, all of the material objects that you want, all of the conditions and circumstances and events and lifestyle, all of the lovely things that you want, that life has shown you that you would feel better in the having of, all of those magnificent manifestations can flow easily into your realization when you contour your mood or atmosphere in a way that does not oppose it. In other words, you can't want something that you doubt. You can't believe that you can't have something that you want and have it. So we'll be talking about that. We'll show you how to get to that place. It's so much easier than you have ever believed it to be. This business of creating your own vibrational atmosphere is so much fun, because with a little bit of attention to it, you can do a big shifting in your point of attraction. And when you do a shift, even a slight shift in what you are outputting vibrationally, the differences in what comes back to you is amazing. We want you to live happily ever after. We want you to understand that there is a path that you have set into motion and that you are continuing to set into motion. And that when you figure out how to feel the vibe of your path and you work consistently by focusing to be on that vibrational frequency, that the manifestational evidence will help you to know that you are right on your path. Being the deliberate creator of your own reality does not mean looking for the path. It means creating an atmosphere that allows you to see the path right beneath your feet. Do you believe that? Do you believe that Source is at your back? Do you believe that the well-being is really yours to be lived? If you don't, it's only because you've been depriving yourself of it, and you're letting the now reality contour your beliefs. We want you to believe in the laws of the universe as we know them to be. We want you to believe in your emotional guidance system as you feel it all day, every day. We want you to practice thinking and feeling on purpose until you can show yourself that you can feel outside of the conditions. That was one of the things that Esther enjoyed most about last evening's escapade. It was more funny to her than anything else. It wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't upheaval. It wasn't anything to condemn or blame. It was only a problem that required a solution. And that is the zest of life, you know. That's at the heart of becoming. Very often, your own source will lead you to a realization of a problem because it is on the path toward the solution. If you don't bring a problem into focus, you sure are not going to bring a solution into focus. And without the two of them, you will not have expansion. So it's time to make peace with the contrast in general terms, and to accept that all really is well with you. Stop beating up on yourself. I'm going to show you how to feel about you the way we feel about you. And when you start feeling about you the way we feel about you, the avalanche of stuff that's in your vortex will begin flowing into your experience in such a profound and magnificent way that you may very well say, stop the goodness, I can't take anymore. Nah, you're gluttons, you'll like it all. So, what do you want to talk about? Some things. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a really good day. Don't worry about it if we don't choose you specifically, because you are well represented by others. What you want to know, we can feel it. We'll get to it, is our promise to you. So, let's have some fun. Start right here. Yep. And so, at this point of our conversation with our dear physical friends, we're spending more time than anything talking about your point of attraction. What are you doing here and now? And the answer to that question lies in how you feel. Because if you're ornery, your point of attraction is not where you want it to be. We began talking about this vibrational disc that you are on, because it is spinning, and law of attraction is bringing to it. There is a momentum that's bringing to you from all around what matches the vibrational frequency that you've got going on. So if you're ornery, you're gathering up ornery things. We began talking about this emotional scale, and we want you to think about the emotional flying disc of fear, or the emotional flying disc. It's not really flying, but it's spinning, and it's energy, and it's fast moving, and law of attraction is answering it. So you could be on a high flying disc that feels like love and appreciation, or you could be on a low flying disc that feels like fear, or you could be on the ornery disc, which feels like ornery. And if you're wondering what disc you're on, and you're not really aware of what you're feeling, then just notice the people around you. Because if they're around you, they're on your disc. And if they're on your disc, it's your point of attraction, you see. Now, you could live in an ornery house and not be on the ornery disc. They'll badger you all the time. They'll ask you, what's wrong with you? Why are you so happy? Don't you know what's going on here? You need to get your head out of the clouds and start facing reality. That's what they'll tell you. Don't listen to them, though. And don't explain to them that they're on the ornery disc either. That never goes very well. But it is so helpful when you begin to care about what your point of attraction is. We talked just a bit ago about momentum, because momentum really is the most important aspect of deliberate creation that you could consciously contemplate. Because what momentum says is, once you get going in that direction, it's more likely that it will continue in that direction. So you want to be aware of the direction. You want to set the tone early. It is our encouragement that you go to bed tonight knowing that when you wake up in the morning, you have a potential of starting the momentum the way you want it to be. Because during your slumber, while you were asleep, the momentum of your point of attraction subsided. Isn't that nice to know? So you really do wake up with a clean slate. Now, it's not likely that you're going to wake up in the morning and think all new thoughts, because you say it's memory, we say it's sort of residual attraction. But if you will wake up in the morning deliberately intending to find thoughts that feel better than usual, and you will focus there for a bit of time, and you will do it the next morning, then the next morning, and the next morning, and the next morning, it is our promise to you that within 30 days, really less, you will have established different vibrational patterns at the beginning of your day. And what you'll begin to notice about the end of the second week is that your point of attraction is visibly different to you. You'll begin to notice that the relationships that you have with nearly everyone have shifted into an improvement, because your point of attraction has shifted into improvement. So you really just have to decide, how can I be more of a vibrational match to what I want and less of a vibrational match to what I don't want? Or how can I be more of a vibrational match to what's coming and less of a vibrational match to what is? Or how much of what is do I want to continue to be a vibrational match to, and what that now is that I'm experiencing on a day-to-day basis do I want to cease being a vibrational match to? And the answer to that is focus. Just focus and feel, focus and feel, focus and feel, and most of all, care about feeling good. So one last thing we want to tell you, and then we'll open it to talk with you about whatever you want to talk about. When the cork bobs on the surface of the water, that's its natural buoyant state. And in this analogy of vibration, we want to say that's a high frequency. There's no resistance. The cork is bobbing on the surface where it naturally is. And that's who you were when you were born. That's who you will be when you make your transition to non-physical. It's who you are when you are joyful. It's who you are when you're appreciative. It's who you are when you're happy. It's who you are when you feel passion. It's who you are when you feel eager. So that's naturally who you are. And that's naturally where you will be unless you're doing something to hold the cork under the water. It matters to know that, because you don't have to run around trying to find things to feel good about. Just stop looking for things to feel bad about. That really is the solution. The good stuff is dominant. The good stuff is abundant. The good stuff is natural. The good stuff is who you are. It's natural for you to prosper. It's natural for you to feel good. You just got to stop doing that thing that causes you to hold yourself in the non-receptive mode, in the mode where you can't find the clue, where you can't feel your way on this winding, fabulous, adventurous path of least resistance. So if we can convince you, and words don't teach, we'll point it out to you, and then life will show it to you in a way that you will really know it to be. If we can convince you that you know what you want, you've been asking for it, and that it exists in a vibrational state. We've been calling that vibrational state your vortex. Get in the vortex, we said, until you could hardly stand to listen to us anymore. There's a vibrational reality that if you can sync up with it, then all those things that you want will come into your experience in a way that you can experience the full manifestation of them. So we want to talk about what manifestations really are, because you live in a physical world where you're used to looking around at stuff, and you think that all of this stuff is manifestation, and it certainly is. But we want to point out to you that there is vibration, and then there is thought, and that thought is a manifestation of vibration. Because once you're having a thought about it, you've turned the vibration into something perceivable, into something understandable, into something conceptual, into something. So there is vibration, and then there is the manifestation of the thought. And that's momentum. And once there is a manifestation of a vibration into a thought, then there can be a manifestation into a word. Language is a further manifestation, isn't it? The thoughts that occur to you are manifestations, and it means that momentum is underway.